It's Good to Talk is part of a series of accessible videos on mental health and well-being, developed by and for deaf people in Scotland. This video looks at the deaf-led work taking place at DeafLinks on Tayside, particularly the Deaf Hub initiative and the difference it makes to deaf people's lives. The other videos in the series are The Faces of Mental Health and Out of My Head. There is an overarching clip giving more details of all those involved in this partnership approach and the wider purpose of this series of clips. At the end of the video, there are contact details for a number of agencies offering support and advice. For many people struggling with their mental health, it can feel like they're completely on their own. But for deaf people, the isolation is far more extreme. I'm here at DeafLinks on Tayside, where they've set up a peer support group. So let's take a look inside. Can you explain to me the importance of the See Me support group?
I think the key thing we're doing here is raising awareness about the importance of good mental health amongst people in the deaf community, because they've never really understood that before. Hearing people have known about this for a long time. We've listened to people talking about it and read the leaflets. But of course that's been the problem, because deaf people haven't been able to access information in the same way as hearing people, so they've missed out and don't really know anything about it. We have to get deaf people to understand that it's not this dreadful thing, and that lots of people experience mental health difficulties. And in a way, it's normal, so what we really need is to improve levels of awareness within the deaf community. I think mental illness is something deaf people find embarrassing. They're worried people will look at them and think, oh dear, they've gone a bit mad. They're under all this pressure, and that's why they don't want to talk about it, or find it difficult to talk about. But in truth, there are lots of other people just like them who are also experiencing mental health difficulties.
If you just look behind me, it's wonderful to see people smiling and enjoying themselves, but the reality is some of them have been through a really tough time emotionally, but they've managed to stay positive and come through the other side. Today, I'm going to take the opportunity to ask them why this service is so important to them.
My life is so different now, compared with how I was before I started coming here to the Deaf Hub. I was stuck at home staring at the same four walls. I wasn't socialising with anyone. All I could see were barriers. I got really depressed. I wasn't in a good place.
I was so fed up, stuck at home, all on my own. But then someone said, come along to the club. And I've really enjoyed it, joining in with games of dominoes and the bingo. It's been really great.
Before I started coming here, I was just in the house feeling depressed and not knowing what to do. I felt so down and I couldn't get myself going. I was just with my family all the time and unable to communicate with them. But after they opened the Deaf Hub and I started coming here, my confidence shot up. There were lots of people to talk to. I joined the signing choir. I've become more outgoing. My health has really improved. It's given me back my confidence.
There are a number of different things on offer here. We have an advocacy service, and people come looking for support with a range of issues. There are social clubs and activities like the Sign Choir. We also provide health information and community training sessions. So there are a lot of different things people can get involved in.
Coming to the Deaf Hub has made me feel so much better emotionally. I needed to get everything off my chest and out in the open. Now I feel much calmer and more self-motivated.
Oh, I really enjoy coming to the Deaf Hub. It's fantastic.
I think it's really important for our mental health that we're able to talk about our feelings. Before the Deaf Hub came along, there was nowhere for us to do that. But when it opened, it became so much easier to share our experiences and find out we weren't alone. That other people had gone through the same things and how much we'd all been bottling these things up. It was such a relief to be able to share what we've been through.
It's hard to imagine what it must be like for people going through a period of mental illness and feeling completely on their own. But if you are struggling, it's not something you should feel embarrassed about. From talking to people today, what struck me above all else is how important it is to get things out in the open. So the best advice really is, it's good to talk.